Hello, 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 and welcome back to
A Little Birdie Told You.
I'm your host, Kristen Knight.
And I'm your host, Kelly Knight.
Jealousy is the topic of discussion today, and a lot of us have people that are secretly jealous of us. There's hidden jealousy characteristics in people that maybe you don't know, and today we're going to uncover all of those for you and tell you how to know if someone is actually jealous of you. So we're going to go ahead and cover all the little details. Maybe you have someone in your life right now and they're embodying some of these details. Well, we're going to reveal to you they might actually secretly just be a little bit jealous of you. And people can be jealous for various reasons. Sometimes you don't know. Maybe it's something about you, something going on in your life. Just there's a lot of things to be jealous about. And it's not a good thing. It's a negative thing to be jealous of people. And sometimes some of us are jealous and we don't know it, but we're going to tell you how to know if someone's jealous of you. So let's go ahead and get into all the little tips. What's the first one, do you think?
To be honest, I think it's a lot of friends. I think it's a lot of your friends that just get jealous in general. And that's why some people, like, it's like the saying, like, what they don't know won't hurt. Sometimes you can't fully, like, some people are just like one of those friends that just comes out and tells you, like, everything, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you do you. If that makes you happy and you feel like doing that, that's completely up to you. But I think a lot of the times when things are going good in your life, sometimes you have to act like, you know, things are like, you know what I'm saying? Because when people see that you're happy, they want to destroy that. And we've talked about that a lot.
I think sometimes you just have to be aware of who you're exposing certain information to.
Yeah.
Because I think we kind of can figure out who's jealous of us based off of instinct. And if you can't, I'm going to give you some signs. Don't worry, I have you here. We're going to just bear with me. But I think you kind of instinctively know this person's jealous of me or this person's not in my best interest. I probably shouldn't tell them these things. Some of us do overexpose and we tell everybody everything when we shouldn't, especially if you're succeeding in something. Sometimes your successes shouldn't be brought to the table and exposed to everyone.
Yeah, like you keep it on the down low. Like I'm not saying, oh yeah, you can't be like, oh yeah, you know, whatever, this is going
Be
good.
proud of yourself.
But like, I wouldn't sit there and like talk about it too much. You know what I'm saying? Because then people really are just gonna get jealous.
Well, I think the problem is I think a lot of people need external validation.
Yeah,
when they succeed,
they're like, oh, I'm doing good, and they want to like
they want to tell
like,
everyone,
tell everyone to be like, oh, like an ego boost, being like, yeah, like I'm doing
like,
great.
look, I did this. You should know this, and then they want someone to look at them and say, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. Stop. You don't need to do that because you need to be excited and proud for yourself. You don't have to reveal this to everyone.
Nothing to do with other people. It's what, you know, the way you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Be proud of yourself and take that, and don't sit there and feel the need to like have like reassurance from somebody else.
Friendships are not the only factor
I
that
think
can regard jealousy.
too.
Definitely relationships.
Yeah.
You could be with a significant other and notice that they do little habits or there's little things that they do that kind of put a burden on you in a way where you feel like you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And I think that's jealousy. And let me tell you, if you notice every time you're trying to move forward in life, because this sometimes happens in relationships. Let me go ahead and give you guys a little bit of an example. Sometimes you're in a relationship with somebody and you start at a starting point and they're used to that starting point. And as time occurs, we evolve, we change, we grow as human beings and as people, and that's a good thing. Sometimes your significant other is not willing to grow with you. And what happens is maybe they get a little jealous that you're growing. Maybe they
Like
get
you're
a little
growing faster than them. You know what I'm saying? You're doing a lot better, and they're like seeing you like, you know, they're over here walking and you're just running towards whatever you're doing, and you're doing so much better than them. No offense, but people get jealous of that because they're like, oh my God, like look at her, you know?
And maybe you're not, I wouldn't say necessarily doing better, but you're trying to progress in your life.
Yeah, like you're actually trying to
accomplish
work
things.
on yourself. You're trying to grow.
And the reason why they get jealous is sometimes they're afraid that you're going to outgrow them or you're going to grow and find someone who maybe is running with you instead of walking. And you notice they're jealous because they have a lot of negative things to say about that.
Yeah,
maybe
like,
they make smart remarks.
Yeah, if you're like, oh, you know, I'm looking at doing this, and they're like, you know, I wouldn't really do that. I feel like it would just like ruin this, or like, you know, you would like be like this, you know what I'm saying? Saying little things. Of course, you know, it's like when you're dating somebody, you know, you should like their opinion should be like there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not always saying that the person you're dating has a wrong opinion on it, because sometimes they agree with you, you know what I'm saying? And that's how you know you're with the right person, because they should be agreeing with you. Sure, like they might have their little own like things about it, but you know what I'm saying? But that's how you know somebody's jealous of you, if they're like going to sit there and be like, oh, you know, a bunch of negative remarks about it.
Not only negative remarks, but when you want to do it, they kind of pull you away from it.
They try to stop you.
They try to stop you, or they don't want to participate in it with you. Say there's something that you want to do to advance yourself, and you say, well, why don't you join me? Why don't we just say, oh, I don't really want to do it, and make negative remarks about it.
Or like they try to block you from doing it. Like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Starting little things just to like get you to like not be focused on it.
Maybe they try to make your energy upset you.
Yeah,
Maybe
like
they
little mind
purposefully
games.
upset you, so then that way you can't focus on achieving your goals. That's not someone that you want to be around. I'll go ahead and give you that right now. You don't want to surround yourself with someone who's going to deprive you of your energy and disturb your peace, essentially. We always talk about, do not allow someone to disturb your peace. You come to this life. This is your life. Please do not allow anyone to disturb your peace, no matter what. If they're even jealous of you and you find out watching this video or listening to this that they are jealous of you, do not allow that to disturb your peace. If you're surrounded by people that are jealous of you, you need to allow them to go live your life and block their energy from ever ruining any of your accomplishments or ruining the person that you're becoming. Another thing that I notice is sometimes they secretly get competitive. And this not only applies to relationships, but this applies to friendships. This applies to even strangers, people that you don't know. Is say that you're living your life and you notice somebody starts imitating the person that you are. Like maybe they imitate your style, they imitate your habits.
Your hobbies.
There's little things that you do and they start quote unquote copying, I would say. And it's like, okay, this is a little odd. Like maybe the person you're in a relationship with, they start doing the exact same thing as you. But you have this knowing that maybe it's not to, you know, have something in interest with me. It's a way to kind of like do better than me at that
it's
thing.
like a way of being like, oh, you can do it, I can do it better. You know what I'm saying? Like that, saying like that, being like, you know, if you can do it, I'm gonna do it just to show you that I can do it, you know?
And then they start doing it, and then it's almost like they don't start doing it till they know you're gonna either be successful in it, or you already are succeeding in that. And they want to do it too. Like they want to find a way to kind of like make you feel bad about it. Like, oh, you're not the only one that can do this. I can do it too. Don't allow that to get to you, first of all. But second of all, that's one of the signs that you can tell someone might be secretly jealous of you. Even strangers do it. Another thing I've noticed is this can maybe regard strangers as just staring at you for no reason. And they don't stare at you in like a polite way, I'll say. To stare at you to be welcoming. They stare at you to just like analyze you. To make you feel like they're judging you.
Yeah.
You'll just be
They
standing
probably
there
are judging
and
you.
someone's just silently staring at you. They're staring at everything on you, your shoes, everything.
And I mean, there's like that look of being like, oh, like somebody's just staring at you, like, you know, but it's like it's like just that weird look that somebody
even
gives
if
you, and
you're
like,
friends
okay.
with somebody, you could be in the middle of a conversation with them and you know they kind of just like stare at certain things at you, and you
Like
know
they
it's
look
like,
you up and down, like they're trying to like, you know, size you up or whatever, and be like, okay, why are you doing that? Like, you're my friend.
like it's silently judging and criticizing you. They're only doing that because they want to make themselves feel better about themselves. So they're looking for flaws in you. They're looking for things to critique that are going to make their self-esteem
Yeah, and sometimes
grow.
I'll be honest. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, whatever. But you know, one point, you know, I think sometimes friends will sit there and try to like, people try to be friends with you just to get close up in your life, and then like Kristen say like little like they
Innuendos.
look for flaws, and then all of a sudden they'll be like, maybe you are like, you know, whatever, like insecure about something, and then like, you know, a normal friend would be like, oh, you know, don't be insecure about that, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, whatever, right? And then they sit there and they like point it out all the time, and you're like, okay, why would you do that? Like, that just makes me feel worse.
Sometimes they also give you compliments, but the compliments are
They're
actually they're fake, or they sting. And what I mean by that is they sting is like, it might seem like it's a compliment, but really it's a way to like kind of stab you. Like, it's not really a compliment, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, you're wearing a lot of makeup today. It looks really good on you. Like, to make you feel bad about that. Do you understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying with
like
that?
where they're like, oh, I notice it, but I'm just gonna say something just so you know.
Like to make
Like,
you
it's
kind of feel bad about yourself. And that's their whole purpose, is they're trying to make you feel bad about themselves. Jealous people are, let's be honest, miserable with their own lives. So they're trying to find something in your life to kind of allow you to come into that misery with them, because it makes them feel happier bringing you to their level.
Yeah.
And that's why it's not good to surround yourself with those people. If you notice people are jealous of you, I'm going to tell you right now, start limiting the amount of energy that you're giving to those people. Pull back. Do not tell them every little detail about your life. Because like Kelly said, some people come into your life and they only come into your life when you're succeeding even to get information about you or to tell you that they're going to prove you wrong. And what I mean by that is you might tell them all these things that you want to do or that you want to start or all your goals. And then they copy you. And then they copy you, or not only do they copy, but when you don't succeed or you do fail, they might look at you, and that's a normal part of life because sometimes we're not going to always succeed. They look at you and say, oh, I knew you couldn't do it anyhow. Like, I already knew that. Like, they have that in the back of their mind because there's something kind of twisted about that, if that makes sense. They don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to do well. And that leads me to my next point here is they undermine your accomplishments. When you're doing well or you accomplish something, they almost act like it's not a big deal. You could be saving the world right now and they would be like, well, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like you're doing that much. Like, that's the way that they look at you.
I think another thing too is body language, the way that they act around you. Because when you're just like sitting next to someone, you could tell if they're like just a real person by the way that they sit or just stare at you. Like, what is the saying? Like, eyes tell everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can look at somebody's eyes and be like, yeah, you look at me this way or you look at me like that way. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes you'll just be around someone and you're like, yeah, like just by looking at their body language, you can tell that they're like, they don't like you a lot. Even though they sit there and they're friends with you, you could just tell that they judge you secretly.
Well, they are also the one that when you're in a group setting or you're in a setting with them, they are the ones that if you need support or that you're talking about doing something or you did succeed at something or you're moving forward, they're usually the ones that become quiet. They're the ones that don't give you that support. To it. Because it's not support that you're not getting. It's silently being jealous of you. There's hidden jealousy there. They're actually jealous of you. So they're not going to reveal, oh, wow, you did great. They're not going to want to support that. They're not going to give that a positive, reassurance for you. They're not going to do that for you. Because the way they look at it is when I give them that, they're going to feel good about this. And I don't want them to feel good about this.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point I'm trying to get at. So they don't want you to feel good about anything that you're doing. And that's why it's really important because some people allow jealous people to get to them. It's very important that when you do have people that do not support your accomplishments or you do have things that you're doing and you notice nobody wants to give you, any reassurance that you're doing well, that's why it's important to establish that for yourself. You have to have that within, because if you look for other people to do that, a lot of people are putting on fake masks for you. They're going to put on a mask. They're going to tell you, oh, you're doing well, but they might also be telling you that and it doesn't mean that. But then they also could be sitting there quietly and acting like, oh, I'm just kind of in my own world, and they don't care about you either. So you really just have to focus on yourself and focus on giving your own self that validation. Like, you've got this. I know you can do this. Not looking for that in other people.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Because I think when you sit there and you feel like, I don't want to say it's like, I don't want to say this, like a daily thing where you feel like you need to get reassurance or just like reminded by somebody that you're doing good, or, like just in general, some people are like that with looks, like they feel like they need a compliment every single day or like every minute, it's like, why would you do that when you can just do that yourself? You know what I'm saying? That's obviously meaning that you don't have self-love. You need it from other people. And another thing is when you do actually like have self-love for yourself and you don't need validation and reassurance from other people, then if you lose those people, you don't have to worry about it because you love yourself. And I know that sounds so cringy when we're like, oh yeah, love yourself or whatever, but if you find it cringy, you probably don't love yourself.
Well, not only that, and I agree, but you notice these people, there's kind of a mix here, because I notice there's people that are like fake supporters and people that kind of just stay back and don't support at all, if you know what I mean. Like, you notice there's those people that are like, oh, wow, I'm so impressed. I'm so proud of you. And a lot of people do that to you at the beginning of something. Like, maybe you did decide to start something or you're kind of getting the ball rolling with something.
It's more like they're trying to like sit there and support you because they think in their mind that you're not going to get anywhere with it. But when you do start getting somewhere with it, they're like, oh,
they make smart remarks like, oh, so you think you're the greatest person now.
So they try to sit there and mess with your mind and try to like pull you down.
Manipulate you.
So you do fail in it. When really, that's why we're saying don't sit there and tell everyone everything that's going on in your life. Even if it's good and you want to sit there and like express it to people and like, whatever, like brag about it, don't. There's no sense in bragging about it.
Well, one motto that I want everyone to take with this, because this is extremely important when dealing with jealous people, is this is why they say to move in silence.
Yeah.
When you move in silence and you plan and you act and you don't tell a single soul what you want to do,
they don't know your next
They don't
step.
know anything. They don't know your next move. So they can't be one step ahead of you. They can't try to completely terrorize you and take everything down. They can't do that. They can't put an input in, because a lot of us allow opinions to get to us. Opinions come from jealous people.
Yeah.
Jealous people always have something to say to make you feel bad, to make you second guess. They want to get you in your head where you're confused, you're conflicted. Should I do this? Should I not do this? Because they want to manipulate you. So then that way you're taking all this time and energy to manipulate. They can go ahead and try to advance from you. They can say, okay, well, I already know what they're doing. I'm going to get in their head, make them second guess this, and then I'm going to go do it. That's how you know you're dealing with somebody who's jealous, especially if that's happened to you. And maybe you said, you told a person, oh, I'm going to start doing this. And then they kind of told you, oh, I don't know if I would do that. Then you get in your head and you start thinking about it. And then all of a sudden you wake up tomorrow and they're doing it too. And you're like, well, you're the one who told me not to do it. So that's when you start noticing, there's kind of a trend here with these jealous people. Don't tell people a lot about yourself until you truly know that they're a trustworthy person. Until you know that they've been through times with you that don't compare to other people. Maybe they've been through bad times with you, good times. They've been through those times with you. Jealous people sometimes like to come around during bad times too. They don't like to be there for you, but they do like to find out information and maybe talk about it, because maybe you've been somebody who has done a lot for yourself and you've done things, and maybe you have a lot to maybe be jealous about. Conventionally, people would find you to be jealous, and they look at you, and during bad times, they want to be there because they want to know what's going on, so it makes them feel better about themselves as well. Like maybe you're somebody who's conventionally pretty. Maybe you're attractive. Maybe you have a relationship. Maybe you're doing well with career, with school, with finances. There's something that they might be jealous about. So when something bad goes on in your life, they want to be the first person to sit there because they want to hear about it, to know that, yeah, you do have bad things that go on in your life.
Yeah, or maybe I think we've also talked about this before, where it happens a lot with girls where they're like, oh, if anything goes wrong in your life, you always have me to talk to. And really it's not it's like that, knowing that gut feeling, being like, yeah, you can just tell the way that they're acting. They don't actually mean that. And it's more just they want to hear when things go bad so that they're the first person to hear it. And then they tell everyone.
Well, it's kind of difficult because I think it could go either way. It depends on the person, I think.
Sometimes even somebody will be super quiet and that's your most biggest supporter right there. You know what I'm saying? It's really you can't judge a book by its cover.
I feel it really depends on the context and how that person's treated you over time.
Yeah.
If you have somebody who sits down next to you and they constantly say little innuendos, they are jealous of you. But then we have people who are very secretly jealous, and maybe it's just they're analyzing you. Maybe they analyze you and they do copy little moves and they do try to become you. And you notice that. That's also somebody that could be jealous. So you sometimes have people that are very bold with it, and some people who are kind of, more subtle and quieter about it and don't really reveal it to you. You just really have to be aware of these signs.
Yeah.
Know when someone, you can pick it up. You notice, is someone in my best interest? Because if they're not in your best interest, you can still be around them. I'm not telling you not to be their, friend or acquaintance. You don't even have to tell them. Don't tell them, oh, I know you're jealous of me. Don't come out and tell someone that.
Yeah,
and they're not going to tell you
worse.
that. You really think someone's going to come up to you? Some people do. Actually, some people might be honest with you if they're straightforward, but I honestly don't think people who are twistedly jealous of you are going to come out and say, I'm really jealous of you. I want to be you. Some people do that as in a joking way, but maybe they're not joking. Maybe there's some truth to it. But really just trust your gut and trust your instinct and know, when I'm around this person, am I growing? Are they trying to push me as a friend to grow and better myself? Are they trying to hold me back? In this relationship, is this person, when I'm trying to move and, advance myself in life, are they trying to pull me back? That's kind of the one overall, I would say, quality in a jealous person is, when you're trying to do better, they don't want you to do that. You almost feel like a leash is constantly pulling you with the person.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a mental leash. Maybe they say something and it gets you in your head, or maybe it's just something that they actually do, physically, and they tell you certain things, or verbally. You notice they try to pull you from growing. If you have someone in your life and you're telling them you want to grow and you want to advance, and they push you to do it, and maybe they want to do it with you, but they don't do it in a competitive way.
Yeah.
If someone's trying to compete, you can tell because they just start copying everything that you're doing. It could be down from your style to just your hobbies, everything.
Yeah.
But if you notice someone's trying to push you and they're just trying to be there to support, they likely might not be jealous. They might be secure in themselves. Jealous people are insecure in themselves.
Yeah, they try to block the things that are positive, or just the good things that will come your way. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and you don't want to be a secure person around insecure people because they're going to feed off of your security. They want that security for themselves. You're everything that they desire to be. So of course they're going to say things to you because they want to chip at you. They want to be that person that makes you feel bad about yourself. And maybe they don't want to feel that, but it makes them feel better about themselves because they know they're tearing a secure person down. Don't surround yourself with insecure people if you're a secure person. And you are going to attract insecure people when you're a secure person because they feed off of that energy. But you have to be actually paying attention to these signs so you can make sure that you block that out and look for secure people who want to support you, want to build something, want to push you as a friend, a relationship, a partner. They want to push you to do better for yourself. Even strangers. Sometimes there are strangers that probably are looking at you like, wow, they look like they're, trying to move forward in life. I'm proud of them, even though they might not know you. But there's also people that are hidden in the light that don't want you to do well for yourself. And that's why it's good to just move in silence, focus on yourself, and really analyze the people that you bring into your life.